Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. Here are your hosts, Scott Bear and Jeremiah Johnson.
Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. My name is Scott.
Well, and I'm Jeremiah.
And we're back for episode 225.
Also known as episode 3x3x5x5.
So the long way around to being a prime number.
Yeah, well, it's a prime factorization. Has every number can technically be is divisible by a primes, because otherwise, if it's not, then you can divide it again. Therefore, everyone is made up of a certain number of primes. Every number has a prime factorization. Wait a minute, we're not a math podcast.
No, and we're also not a Halloween podcast. But this week, all the stories kind of serendipitously lined up to become a perfect horror episode.
Yeah. So, and we're so used to people doing Christmas in August. So we figured we would go ahead and start up that new, what do they call it? Thing.
Tradition?
Tradition, there we go. That's what I gave up and went with thing.
You know, prime factorizations, you're like, that thing people do once a year.
So that tradition of Halloween in August now.
Yeah, so welcome to Halloween in August. Before we get into the show, I guess we should tell new listeners what we are and who we are. We already did the who. The what is, we pulled the deepest, darkest, weirdest stories from the internet. The things you won't find on any other podcast or on mainstream media.
No.
And we talk about them, we do funny spins on them, and more than anything, we turn them into new content. Because you know what the internet doesn't have enough of?
Content. Yep. I was just thinking that. We do a lot of interesting new stuff, and sometimes every once in a while we actually make it into stuff as well. In fact, it wasn't actually specific to that, but I know you recently posted something on Patreon. Patreon? What? We have a Patreon?
Yeah, patreon.com/lostathome.
That's right.
You can go there and subscribe for $3 a month to get extra bonus bits to our episodes. And one of the things we're going to do, and we're kind of breaking this rule this week because we have an update right off the bat in our show, is we're going to do updates to stories that we've already talked about, wherein the update comes before the next episode airs.
Yes.
We're going to do those as Patreon special content episodes.
So sometimes you want like little 5-minute, or sometimes we actually record
this one
on
was
Monday.
12 minutes, I think.
And we record sometimes on, often on Monday, this time it's Wednesday, but we record
and
a couple
lot of
days.
Stuff happens between Monday and Friday.
And sometimes it does, and we don't want to sound like complete dinguses, so we say like, oh, here's a quick update so you can get it immediately after listening to the episode. There is also a promise for a new Robin Hood trailer, which we did get in touch with our buddy Bruce, and he was able to share that with us. It's a sneak peek / trailer. That's going to be going up on Patreon next week, early next week, all that good stuff.
You can also just throw us a buck on Patreon to support the show, but $3 gets you all this extra content, which is basically skits and extra like updates and other things. Basically, it's anything we feel like doing, which is what makes it fun for us.
$1 never hurts unless somebody rolls it up and puts it up your.
What is $3 a
your
month? 10 cents a day?
Sure, we'll say that.
Yeah, for 10 cents a day, you could support the show by giving us a little bit of money and getting some awesome content. It'll show up right in your podcast stream. You can listen to it just like your normal shows, just much, much shorter.
For less than the cost of you buying a cup of coffee for a starving kid in Africa, I think that's what those commercials are about. It's always about coffee and starving kids. I never quite put the two together.
Starving kids love that coffee.
I do. Hot coffee.
that diuretic that only makes them more thirsty and hungry.
Yeah, and it's hot, and they're living in these conditions of 120 degrees.
Also, we have a YouTube channel, which you can find by looking for Lost and Home Podcast on YouTube. We have some content up right now, and we are about to throw a whole bunch more in because we decided to step up our game a little bit.
I've wanted to step up the YouTube game for a while. You have as well, but sometimes it takes time to create the content. I think we finally carved out a few different fun projects where we can actually get some of that going. I actually have 3 episodes in an ongoing series already recorded, ready to drop soon. Got to leak them out little by little so we can actually get you some steady content. The hope is at least once a week we'll get something up there of some kind and some interesting, fun little tidbits. I've been redubbing the shit out of a bunch of weird videos on YouTube. I'll say no more about it than that because I want it to be a good, hopefully pleasant surprise for the listeners. So keep your eyes on YouTube. Hit subscribe. You know how to do it on YouTube. Nobody has to teach you how to do
Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah. I broke my computer.
Pretty much. We don't do any of the annoying stuff. You won't get any taglines at the end of anything. It's literally just a video clip. And
I'm going to create an episode now. A YouTube thing where it's only the end, but it's through the entire thing. So the whole thing is just me telling people to subscribe, smash that subscribe button. If you like what you see, click the link below. Check out these videos where you point cleverly to the videos as they're popping up on the screen. You're like, how do they do that? Except for it's easy, stupid. I fucking hate YouTubers.
I only huffed because I left the show notes, so I hope you have the next story open.
I
because
do.
I'm going to add that to Empty Promises.
Okay, well, actually, we can get started before we hit web droppings proper. We're actually going to just do straight up update on that. That's the first story we've got.
Oh, could we play my update clip?
We can.
So if you haven't heard that update clip before, it's not good, but it's what you're going to hear every time you hear an update on Patreon. So get used to that, and if we have to use it, we'll use it over here too.
That's right.
It works.
Yeah, it says update. It tells people what to expect, if you will. So yeah, there's that. Update. Oh yes. So yeah, this week we are breaking with, well, not really breaking with tradition. We just haven't quite gotten into the tradition of offering updates via Patreon mostly. And this is also from an update that came out about 6 to 8 months ago, probably when we first got into it. It maybe have been close to a year ago. It was 2017 when we first reported on a story of this woman who is into spectrophilia, which is the love of wanting to get fucked or fucking ghosts. Being attracted to ghosts, etc. Sometimes it comes in the form of like incubus and succubus, where they're physical manifestations. In a lot of cases, it's like the Ghostbusters, where he gets his dick sucked by a ghost.
Yeah, she explained it in a video clip we heard last year, and we're going to play a clip again of her talking about this.
Yeah, give you a little context in case you missed a little bit of this, just to give an idea of what this woman's all about. And also, she's an Aussie.
Yeah, she likes having sex with ghosts, and recently has decided that she got into a committed relationship.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with that word because I don't believe her. I hate to say it.
I do not believe her whatsoever, and if she's serious about it, I have questions about her mental health.
But yeah, she says she found a ghost in Australia. They became... Well, she describes it as an energy she felt.
She felt an energy, yes. And that's how she has sex, too. She knows that she's had sex performed with her, and she's performed sex because there's a very sexual energy that gets shared between her and she's nothing. And
she says she's orgasmed from it.
Yep.
But she said the spirit energy from Australia followed her all the way back to her home in the UK. And there it has stayed with her. Thus, she considers herself in a committed relationship.
And not only, and this is a woman who actually, a lot of people gave some interviewer shit last year because an interviewer actually essentially slut shamed her because she said she had sex with like 15 plus ghosts. First of all, fuck as many people as you want.
Second of all, let's play the clip.
Oh, right.
When did you first encounter a spirit?
It would have been about 12 years ago now. I was living with my fiancé.
Yeah.
And he was working away a lot. We just moved into a new house in Hereford. And after a while, he was going away maybe 1 week, 2 weeks at a time. I started to feel kind of like a presence, maybe, I guess you could call it, around the house.
Yeah, which is some people would be a little scared of, but you weren't scared by it.
It never felt scary. It felt comforting, if anything.
And even when you were in this all happened sort of in the spare bedroom. That was where it was, at its most powerful. Even when it came up behind you and you could feel its breath on your neck, that still didn't freak you out.
Not at all, no.
So then you decided that you would take it to the next level, and you dressed in a very sexy negligee, and you went into the spare bedroom and turned the lights off and waited.
I did, yes.
And what happened?
I waited and waited for a while, and then I got a little bit worried. I thought maybe I'd scared it off by being too keen.
Oh, okay.
And then sort of just as I'd given up hope and was starting to fall asleep, it came to me. And
what happened?
I don't know what I can say on
TV.
You
just wait.
You had sex?
Yeah, I had sex with the ghost.
With a ghost?
Yeah. Yes.
But you can't wrap your arms around a ghost.
No.
So yeah, she's not entirely unattractive, but her mental stability is dubious at best. I was trying to give her some level of credit, like, well, she's a cute girl and she seems like she has her head on her shoulders.
But you couldn't say. Well, you definitely couldn't say the second part for sure. We can leave her looks out. It doesn't really matter. But
leave her looks in. Do you think that ghost in Australia was like, I'm gonna haunt this?
Yeah. I only haunt fuck a 6s or better. That's right. Because back when I was alive, I was an 8 in the Victorian age.
You're a living 7, but a ghost 5.
Because we have so much ghost pussy. Like Marilyn Monroe is up here. Or down here.
Or down there. Or are you free floating?
I guess actually, I guess you're not anywhere. You're not in heaven.
Well, yeah,
'cause you're
she
a ghost,
found her
right?
new boyfriend free floating in an Australian outback.
Yep, just like a ball of energy wandering the way. Probably just like I'm curious if the ghost knows they're in a relationship. She doesn't really talk to them.
Well, there you go. There's our new show. It's an Adult Swim cartoon. It's called Ghost Pussy.
Yep, that's right.
Probably an asterisk in there for the U or something.
Yeah, sure.
Or one of the S's.
Yeah.
That makes it confusing for the listener and viewer.
Yeah.
But the idea would be like, yeah, I got this glowing orb just walking around like, out here in the Australian outback. I'm just gonna float over here now. Oh, there's a dingo fucking another dingo.
It counts as
Oh,
ghost.
that's a camper. Oh, she's a tight 9.
Yeah, she's alive though, so I'm gonna move on from that.
And he just floats into her vagina. She orgasms. Like, oh, work's done here.
Oh, so it's a ghost rapist. This is no good.
Oh no, she every girl he does to likes
this is
it.
consensual. Yes.
Yeah.
He requests.
Well, it
entry.
starts with him a glowing light coming into her tent. She's like, turn off the lights. I'm trying to sleep. And he's like, nope, just
Sure.
that's who I am.
It doesn't count as he's cheating on your boyfriend if I do it because I'm a ghost.
And she says, no. Like, no, I consent to this. Oh, here's a contract. Can you sign it? And he's like,
yeah.
oh, good. Where your hands?
Don't have them.
I don't see any hands on that glowing ball of
No,
yours.
I'll just climb up inside there.
It's not a consent form if you just climb up and sign me.
Well, no, I can't sign anything. I just got to climb up there, and if you're okay with it,
I can literally just hand you
give me a thumbs up there.
I can just hand you this pen.
Nah, got to climb up in your vagina. No time.
Oh, all right.
And there we go. I'm done. Are you? I don't care. Goodbye.
What happened?
Off to the next bird.
Oh,
Literally a bird. I'm going to climb up in that bird vagina. Yeah, that was
what's
good.
going on?
Oh, shit. It's a talking bird. Nothing happened.
All right.
Yeah, I like the fact that the one the talking bird, that needs to get taught stuff, got taught just the phrase "what's going on," and it just happened to be when this ghost orb climbed up into the ghost vagina.
Yeah, I would watch
of a
as an
ghost
Adult
bird.
Swim show where an Australian ghost just floated around trying to have sex with people.
This woman has a cartoony name. I don't think it's real.
It cannot be real.
Amethyst Realm.
Yeah, that's not real. That's
I named myself name, which is fine. That's how you want to be referred. That's fine. I think people have a right
Granite
to
Place.
Wait, that's not quite. I mean, I understand but hers is better. My dad, Granite Place. Gave me this, yeah.
That needs to be a character in.
I've got ghost daddy issues. Ghost dad. Ghost dad had.
Wait, when someone dies, they say you go up above or down under. Ghost back from down under in the down under.
Good titling, Scott. All right, guys, we're gonna brainstorm this one.
Where were you?
Let's.
I went to hell and back. I'm a ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a ghost who went down under and now lives down under. You say the title in the show, that makes the audience go, I said the title.
It also saves
the title of the show.
It also saves your terrible titling because that way you can say it and people are like, oh, I get it now. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a bad joke in the first episode that actually works out to be the title.
Well, this woman is now supposedly in a committed relationship.
She's had orgasm,
and she actually
didn't say plural.
She actually says she believes she might be pregnant with a baby, a phantom baby. Now, as pointed out in a clip that we watched, an interviewer had to point out that a phantom pregnancy is different than literally giving birth to a phantom baby, and she's kind of like, yeah, I know, but it could also mean this. So she thinks I guess she has like phantom pregnancy symptoms, and she assumes it means because the ghost knocked her up.
Yep.
So I'm curious if that means at some point, it's got to be hopefully a painless birth, right?
She's just gonna throw a whole bunch of fluffernutter in the toilet and be like, I miscarried.
Oh god, it's just a floating marshmallow. The press comes over and everything. They kind of have to take her seriously because it's a serious issue. And
I don't know what happened. I just miscarried. Yeah, you see in the toilet, it's a baby floating.
It's my phantom baby.
Yeah. One of the inspectors puts like a fucking stick through it.
Like a stick through it and picks it up. He's like, we're gonna have s'mores tonight. Yes, that's right. Miscarriage s'mores again, boys.
Because this is apparently an epidemic in England of women having ghost miscarriages.
Yeah, that's right.
I worked that into the Adult Swim show.
Somehow it coincides with the increase in purchases of marshmallows.
I love it. And
yeah, good enough.
To be fair, I think that's the end of our update.
Yeah.
The best thing we could do at this point is probably move directly into web droppings. But whenever we do a Halloween episode, do we call them spooky web droppings?
We do.
We don't have anything more clever.
No, I mean, you've always just typed that.
Spectral droppings. How about for this episode? This episode alone, phantom miscarriages. They're the miscarriages of the internet.
Droppings.
What, you want to stick to a theory?
Well, I mean,
of an idea that.
Well, I think we should keep web droppings as part of the
phantom
title.
baby droppings.
Okay, but web droppings.
It sounds like a phantom baby made a dropping.
Yeah, it's cute. It gets that way. You get to be cute.
Phantom miscarriage after birth droppings.
Yeah, and see, it's okay that we're making jokes about miscarriages as long as it's a ghost miscarriage.
Oh yeah, we're not. No one should ever have a miscarriage except for ghosts.
Well, I mean, a woman giving birth.
Well, that's like how the Antichrist comes back, right?
A marshmallow in a toilet, yes.
Well, yeah, and then it grows up. It becomes a lawyer.
Becomes a satanic marshmallow, yes.
It works for Al Pacino.
That's right.
It has a threesome in an elevator.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, hey, I love you, marshmallow. That's a very bad Al Pacino. Marshmallow. Wow, still a bad Al Pacino. I gotta workshop my Al Pacino.
I'm gonna give it one try. Right? Yeah. Tell me that baby's a ghost. No, not good. Not good.
Had a bunch of things going on there. Me too.
Mainly a lot of hand signals. I flopped my dick on the table.
Yeah, that was that. I remember when Al Pacino did that in Godfather 2, though.
All right, so just spooky droppings.
Okay.
Do we have a theme for this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Spider web droppings.
But do we have a theme for it?
Yeah, we just played it.
Let's hear that again. I don't ever remember that from a previous episode. Did we actually ever use that?
We've used it in every spiderweb droppings, yeah.
All right, well, that sounds good. Well, moving on. My God, I love this story because I love cryptids.
That's right.
I love.
And you learned about some new ones that I was not actually as familiar with. I'd heard the name of some of this stuff that we're going to talk about, but I'd never actually done any research, and you included some links and some information.
Yeah. Well, first of all, little background. I understand the internet exists now, and if you play a video of something, it may not be real.
Yeah. What do you know?
But guess what? As long as a video and or photo have ever existed, anything could have been faked on camera, whether it's a photo or a video reel. Does not matter.
It's actually much easier to fake photos than videos.
And you think in this day and age, with so many people with cell phones and stuff, we're going to get many more UFO sightings, ghost sightings, monster sightings.
Oh, they're all over the place, of course.
And of course, because of that, we are. And the idea is, are they real or not? I watched this video, which is the main tag of this story, which is Weird Monster captured on film stalking a moose in the Canadian wilderness.
I was actually curious before you brought this to the table,
and I couldn't tell.
And if you were aware of any other Canadian cryptids.
Wendigos and Bigfoots.
Wendigos and Bigfoots. Oh, Bigfoots, yeah, Pacific Northwest and the North, of course, yeah. So I'm sure they cross that line for sure. Okay, yeah. So mountainous or wood-based large cryptids. Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, so this one, as you mentioned, I couldn't really tell if it's fake or not, but I also couldn't tell what I was even looking at, really. I could see a slight movement. It was, as they've mentioned, it's sort of Schmeagol or Golem-like from Lord of the Rings.
I included in a list of links to you. Did you watch all the YouTube videos I sent you?
No, I watched just the video and the actual story.
Okay, I sent you a list of 5 YouTube videos of different rake sightings.
I didn't realize. There's 2 links there. There's no space between them. I only read the demoniacal blogspot one.
No, there was another link which showed a bunch of other sightings which are much more clear.
Okay.
One is most definitely fake. It just does not look real at all. The other ones, they're about as dubious as this, but more clear as to what the creature is.
That's the thing. The way to get away with fakes, and sometimes they're not fakes. It's just something else, and the person doesn't know what it is. And then when you post it as a monster, people see monster, and they'll say like, "Oh, you're right. It is a weird little thing." But if somebody just posted this and goes, what's that? And people might not immediately go to monster, but you can get into people's heads. The thing is, usually the way to get these fakes out there that people actually believe in is make sure it really doesn't look like anything. Just enough for people to question it. But if it looks too clear, nobody's going to believe it.
This was the least clear rake video I've ever seen.
Yes.
But
like it could have been like a reflection from the inside of the window that they're taking over.
Yeah, but maybe not because it went behind trees.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know that when you get like a reflection, it can,
hide behind a darker reflection.
Or just like disappear, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how you're moving things.
Well, yeah, the idea of a rake is like a white humanoid creature with long forearms that kind of walks in a stilted manner, and
it is
kind of walks on its front arms,
taller, but
back legs kind of short. This video shows one stalking a moose on the side of the road as a car is pulled over, taking pictures and videos of the moose.
Yeah.
And what they're getting is this thing off to the left in the woods, kind of skulking out.
Like peeking its head out from behind a tree, move to a left, like to another tree real quick.
It's creepy as hell, especially if it's real. And with most of the land surface of the world unexplored, I still hold hope that some cryptids exist.
Oh, me too. And I believe there's got to be at least one of them that truly either did exist or does exist. I mean, there are weird enough, like, and especially the ones that take place in one spot so much that you're like, okay, at some point this becomes, maybe a possibility that somebody's seeing something that can't be explained yet. How long was it, the giant squid was rumored to exist for years
all
and years.
Of our lives.
Yes, and
it
then
was
finally
considered a cryptid when you and I were kids.
Exactly, and then suddenly, like, they're just like, oh no, it's here, we're good.
And then Trump became president. They're washing up dead on beaches every fucking other day.
Yeah, because they've mandated the use of asbestos in our oceans now.
Yeah,
that's probably something the EPA will do. Yeah.
Now, if you actually want to hear the definition of what a rake is, beyond what we're saying as a white, long-armed creature that hunts a moose in a video, what we have here is a definition from Wikipedia. The rake is a creature believed to be a humanoid in appearance with several references in folklore and horrific urban legends, originally appearing on the internet in a creepypasta, but since then, people have found so many actual literary references to, like, it came to the end of my bed, it said its name was the rake.
Okay, yeah.
Like, there's been a lot of
so
references
in common modern like
the
colloquial
creepypasta
terms,
probably came from someone reading one literary reference, even though there's dozens of it going back over 300 years.
Yeah, and creepypasta just brings things to the forefront. Yeah.
And all in America,
it's not like
a
completely fabricated out of nowhere one like Slender Man, which was literally a creation kind of pieced together from a bunch of others. But this is one that probably came from folklore, from some old culture or something.
Yeah, I'm looking for a second source that I'd written, the demonological.
Wait, hold on a second.
Because I was at Monster Wiki, and I'd rather read from this source because it's more clear and concise.
Cool. Yep.
The rake is an alleged monster that attacks and kills humans. Appearance: the rake is described as a 6-foot-tall, gray-skinned humanoid with sparse hair, black sunken or hollow eyes, large jaws capable of unhinging, peg-like teeth, and large fingers and/or claws on its hands. In some tellings of the story, the rake has an almost hairless canine look to it. According to lore, people who accidentally sight the rake are chosen to be its next victims. During the first initial sightings, usually at night in out-of-way places, the rake will simply stare down the person. The person will generally be frightened and will recover, and then return to the safety of their home. However, within a few nights, the rake will enter the home of the person, and the unfortunate victim will awaken to see the monster standing in front of them at the foot of their bed. From time to time, the rake will make regular appearances. Eventually, the rake will either outright kill and gut the victim with its long claws and feast on the victim's internal organs, or it will drive them mad with further appearances.
See, I think that's very, very interesting, but I actually found another definition I kind of like a little better than that one. It is a, let's see, rake, a cellular automation pattern that moves while regularly emitting spaceships.
Oh, well, I saw that rake definition, and
Yes.
I liked it. I appreciated it for what it was.
I also liked a group of coupled passenger coaches or freight wagons or rail cars, excluding the locomotive, that typically move together.
My favorite?
Yes.
Rake, a tool, a horticultural implement, a long-handled tool with tines.
With tines, yeah. See? All of these things are rakes.
But I do appreciate that the definition includes old literary references.
Yes.
Because most modern references are catching one in the woods, being creepy and running away.
Well, it's funny
but most literary ones deal with the fact that it's a creature that comes into your house and sits at the end of your bed.
And I like the thought that we can mix them because you said, the person who cites it, now that this video has gone viral, there's like hundreds of thousands of people now who might be their next victim. So it could be very much a movie like The Ring, only a bunch of people watch this, a rake video. They're like, oh my God, is it real or what? And then it turns out like 100,000 people are now hunted by rakes across the world.
And I want to watch the scary movie version of it right after, where it's like, y'all watch a movie of the rake? Don't go in the backyard. It might be out there. Gonna kill you. First person walks out, steps on a rake.
Step on the rake, bam!
Sideshow Bob style. Fucking
Yep.
hits him right in the face,
Yep.
kills him. Next person walks out, just a field of rakes.
Yep.
And then it's like, is the whole world like this? And they have to like do the floor's lava to get
Yep.
around their communities. They see dead people everywhere killed by rakes.
I like the thought of
And there's one rake creature that looks just like the urban legend. He just laid out all these rakes.
Yeah, that's what it does.
It's not doing the dirty work.
I'm a rake with a rake, see? And I like the thought, like an
called
action,
Rake Squared.
like an action movie sequence where it's just like them running and looking behind them, and then it's just like a still shot of a rake
comes up.
just a still shot of a rake, and then them running again, and it's the same still shot of the rake. Quick!
Sounds like your old movie, Scissors from Hell.
Scissors from Hell. We still need to make that someday, and honestly, we're building
we-
enough of a network of people that we know and celebrities
do,
and whatnot, not to be a part of that, but to actually, hopefully, maybe get this show on the ground sometime, the movie off the ground one of these days. So,
Yeah, I think we need to finish Squirrels.
we should probably set our sights on finishing a music video.
Let's finish that 3-minute music video.
Yeah, before we just decide to take on a full length feature.
You know what? If we finish that 3-minute music video
Not even 3 minutes.
in the next 4 weeks,
Yes.
I will dive hard into any movie work you want to do.
Okay.
Because I figure it could
I
take us upwards of 3 to 4
to-
years to do it.
I
But
do
would
want to
work on a
actually.
movie.
I am going to start writing because I've been really into writing stuff lately and trying to just get better at it. And I think starting with just a script for Scissors from Hell would be a pretty good starting point because I know the story already and the characters, and I know horror movies so well.
But-
that would be a good, and it's comedy.
We also love comedy, so let's play it loose like The Room, where people
no,
get
it's-
recast.
Oh yeah.
Like, damn,
Oh, no, I
Jimmy
want to
can't
be bad.
come in today to do his part. Felix, get over here.
Yeah.
And you just do the same part.
But it's still we only know 3 people in a movie, so they all just interchange parts multiple times throughout the theme. But which means
if you could do that and get away,
which
with
means
it,
the costumes are going to be very important because you need to know who they are based on the wacky way they dress.
Oh my! If you can get away with that and make it good,
Yeah.
that would be a first.
Well, it's like It's Always Sunny where they swap parts and their rigs and Murtaugh, and then all of a sudden they swap. That's actually that's one of my favorite little appearances. So, yep. But
Next
that
story.
sounds good. That sounds good. I like.
Sorry, you got me all hot and bothered. I
Yeah.
got a little confused there. I was like,
Yeah.
kind of makes something. All right, next story. Wisconsin man loses legs and hands after being licked by a dog.
This kind of terrified me because
Don't-
everybody lets their dogs lick
I
them
don't
everywhere.
fuck dogs.
You don't fuck dogs?
No, I don't like dogs.
Oh, why? You have a problem with fucking dogs?
I don't like dogs.
Dogs are fine.
No, like
a nice dog's a good dog. Like a
Okay,
good dog's
I
a
would
dog. I
fall-
like that. I don't want to own a dog because they're you gotta give them attention and shit.
Oh,
It's
no,
like if
no,
I
I
wanted
would
one of those.
never own a dog.
Yeah.
That's a fate worse than hell.
Well, I mean, some people love it because some people are insecure and they need dogs around.
Yeah, they literally are like, I need something to love me, and if I don't clean its shit every day, I'm not worthy as a human.
Yeah. Whereas I like cats where even if you do love them and show them all the attention, they're like, "Fuck you, cunt."
They
And
might
just
hurt
throw-
you in your sleep for fun.
Because you'll wake up.
That's me.
You'll wake up and they'll be sitting on your chest going,
Yeah. One of my
or they'll
cats-
be nice and bring you a dead mouse, which they know is not a gift. They're doing it to fuck with us, just to watch us go, ooh, thanks, Mr. Sniffles. And
You touched a dead thing.
touch my dead mouse, you fucking bitch.
One of my cats licks my eyelids if I don't feed it.
And the thing is, though, it knows that's just a weird thing to do. It just fucks with you.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
And
this
I
is...
love that. I love the mind
Which
games.
is actually, I want to start doing that to people, when I'm just
Licking their eyelids while they sleep?
yeah. I could go to jail for that.
You can get away with it with a few
Oh,
people.
now in 2018, people are like, it's not safe to lick eyelids anymore. When's this shit gonna stop? People are coming after my eyelid licking now. Used to be I could eyelid lick all the people I wanted in the workplace. Now it's not appropriate. Don't lick my eyeballs.
Old lid licker.
No, Lid Licker Johnson. They never called me that. Mostly.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So dogs will lick you, and it's very rare that this can happen. But he had a cut on his hand.
Yeah, this guy's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
He went to the hospital because he's from Milwaukee, and he probably, I don't know. I was trying to find something bad to say about Milwaukee, but then I realized I know nothing about it and don't care to.
Well, this dog licked me, don't you know? Just came up to me and just gave me a lick on my hand. I was running the snowblower and just licked me.
Yep. And he cut himself, and the dog licked him, and he had got some kind of sepsis or something.
Yeah, he had a bacterial infection from the dog's saliva specifically because dogs' mouths are cesspools.
Yes.
Whenever you
the only thing more poisonous is the human mouth, actually.
Actually, well, and a cat's mouth.
Cat's mouth are bad too.
Cats actually make a specific bacterial. They habitate a certain bacteria in their saliva that when they lick their paws to clean them, it gets in their claws. So when they claw like a mouse or a bird,
it will kill them.
It kills them.
Or it will poison them enough to slow them down.
Yeah. So dog mouths, human mouths, and cat mouths.
I think just stay away from mouths. Unless, I guess actually, which is funny because I'm people totally look at the things we put in our mouth.
Yeah. But this guy's sepsis that came from one dog lick. It
wasn't one dog lick. The dog was licking the shit out of his hand. Oh, it's a good boy. It's a good boy. Yeah, let me give you some fucking disease.
Then the guy in the emergency room's taking off his limbs. Blah, 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 blah. Same side effect. Works both ways. He lost his hands and his legs below his knees.
Yep.
Oh, I think at that point I would be the angriest quadriplegic on earth who wants to kill every dog on earth. It's like an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Only you can't because you can't even.
I don't know what the twist is because M. Night Shyamalan movies have twists, but I feel like if the dog licks you, you lose your hands, you lose your legs, you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Your vendetta against dogs is going bloody and brutally well.
But
what's the twist?
He was a dog the whole time.
Love it, and he's in one of those wheelie things where they put bicycle wheels.
He should have known when they put a cone around his neck that he wasn't a human at that point.
And he's just
I want you to bite your stitches.
And he's just been murdering other dogs.
Yeah,
that's the twist. I would say it's lame, but that's like most M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes, yeah. Well, I've actually liked the fact that
he's gotten away the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then someone else was like, "Oh, yeah,
he was a ghost dog the whole time.
He ate dog bones.
It was the trees that did it.
He literally." There was a 15-minute sequence where he very arduously got himself out of his wheelchair into a box, like a cat litter box.
Yeah.
Shat in it, and then ate it.
Yeah, and then licked his genitals for 5 minutes.
Most of the movie was that scene.
Wait a minute. Am I just watching a movie with a guy sucking his dick? No, it's a dog licking his genitals. Uh-oh. Spoiler. Sorry. All right, we got an M. Night Shyamalan movie out of this poor son of a bitch.
Good enough.
Well, that's too bad. I feel bad for the guy, but hey, what else do you need to know? Don't lick dogs. Wait, no, don't let dogs lick you. Yeah. Well, yeah, that is rain.
It's raining. You might hear some background noise.
But if it is, it's gentle and it's will put you to sleep and it's nice. So
All right, well, moving on. Another horrific story on the horizon. The CDC put out a fresh new warning people not to do a very specific thing because they will.
A new epidemic. What is it? Is it a super AIDS or another type of cancer? What is it, Scott? Please tell me. Is it a zombie apocalypse? What are people doing that we need to pay attention to?
People are fucking reusing their condoms.
And of all the people that definitely do not need to procreate,
are people dumb enough to flip a sperm-covered condom inside out, be like, it's already lubed.
Yeah, or just what, hose it off and hang it on your fucking clothesline. Somebody walks by. If you walk by a house and there's just a clothesline of condoms drying, know not to sleep with that person.
It's a new A24 film coming out this fall, Baby Burn. Honey, if I just flip this condom around, it's already pretty lubed. Let's go! A lot of friction. That burns a lot. 9 months later, I'm pregnant. Oh, let's have that baby. Oh.
A24 has gone downhill.
Why does that baby look like a burn victim? Well, it's the friction from having sex with a condom covered in sperm as lubricant.
Wait, so
you burned the sperm, one impregnated your wife. It came out with fourth ninth degree burns.
Yeah, making up degrees of burns here, ladies and gentlemen, on this show.
That baby came out with a 24 degree burn.
Wait, the studio's just saying their name in the movies now? They have really gone. They went from Moonlight to this. From the people that brought you Moonlight and Hereditary comes Baby Burn, Baby Burn. Boop, ba doop, Scooby Doop. A24 burns all over his body. Boo.
Yeah, I like it actually.
Yeah, I kind of want to make that trailer now. Very stupid.
So the Center for
yes,
Disease Control and Prevention felt obligated to be proactive and talk about the proper use of prophylactics. This is basically because they understand that some people want to be thrifty, some people want to save a little money.
Yeah, but do it in a lot of other ways.
Condoms aren't free.
I'm sorry, just don't buy a coffee every morning. Don't be like. I mean, and also, who's? I mean, maybe people are fucking that much, but like, who's fucking so much where you can't just get another like? I mean, yeah, they're not cheap, but it's also not like even like buying a cup of coffee. If every time they're like, hey, every time you have sex, you need to buy a cup of coffee, I'd be buying coffee all the time. I wouldn't care. Like, you can't. Oh, come on now.
No, I mean, not to dismiss what you're saying or anything.
You shouldn't, because I'm saying don't reuse condoms. But go ahead, give me your.
I want to have an actual doctor
play devil's advocate.
I want to have an actual doctor say her part. Dr. Elizabeth Torone, an epidemiologist at CDC's division
Not even
for
a real
STD
doctor.
prevention, said, incorrect use, such as reusing a condom or using more than one at a time, diminishes the protective effort of condoms by leading to a condom breakage, slippage, or leakage.
I've always heard that thing when people are like, you know what? Sex with a condom feels too good. I'm going to put 2 on. Now, I've heard the phrase double bag it when people make jokes, but I've never thought of that anybody actually uses 2 condoms.
You ever seen a porn where someone shoots what looks like garden hose, like full blast sprays across a room?
Like the fake ones?
Nah.
Or the ones that are actually real, like the old
Well, I think
Peter
it's
North?
guys that like, I don't know,
North
they
style.
carbo load, they eat a lot of craisins, they watch DuckTales before.
DuckTales will forcefully give you a forceful ejaculate. Yeah. Honestly, I would love to now just overdub the DuckTales theme song to a hardcore porno. DuckTales, woo! But like, leave all the sound in. I'm gonna eat that pussy.
No, yeah, just
find. Fuck my pussy.
No.
You fuck my ass. You fuck my mouth. DuckTales, woo!
No, just find a compilation porn where it's just cum shots.
Yeah.
And just loop the DuckTales theme song over. It's like, DuckTales! And the guy's just jerking off. And then, woo! You just gotta time it right.
Yeah,
whole
it's all
porn.
about
It's
timing.
just a compilation board, 4 minutes of guys just jerking off on guys, girls.
And he goes, woo!
And every time you get a time the woohoo.
It's easy. Yeah.
It's actually not that hard. It would probably take.
Well, I mean, you would honestly what
to
you
make
do
a
is you would
4-minute video would probably take 2 hours.
It would be easier to recut the scenes to the sounds. Yeah. Because that way you just pop that into Adobe Premiere. Boom. We're
You're
done.
absolutely right. That
We're
would
done
be
in a
way
night.
easier.
Yeah.
Reverse engineer this cum
That's
shot
right.
video.
There's every once in a while things where people say words in a certain order. You're like, that may not have ever been said before. That may be one that's never been said before.
Let's reverse
Engineer
engineer
this
that
cum
cum
shot
shit
video. So people are actually doing this, and it's obviously causing enough problems.
Some
They
people
said
think
there's-
that soap and water will clean a condom.
Why are people worrying about it? Like, well, just get another one. They're clearly disposable. These are
Maggie,
people-
pull in the clothesline. The condoms are going to get wet when it rains.
That's what I'm afraid of. Don't have sex with anybody who has a clothesline full of condoms. You're the old saying, don't have sex with anybody.
You know
who
those
has-
action movies where, like, say, like Terminator, where where he's like looking for the clothes. I know he goes to a bar and he steals them
just
from
comes
a biker,
across- yeah.
but he goes
Yeah.
to like a clothesline. He's looking for clothes. Like
It's-
foop, foop, right, left, like
It's
shirt,
definitely-
pants, middle, condoms.
It's definitely a common enough trope in movies where people, they break out of
Steal
something
clothes
and
from a
they
clothesline.
steal clothes from the clothesline. And it'd be great if this place is just like non-stop clotheslines full of condoms. They're like, oh shit.
This comes after in 2016, more than 2 million cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis reported in the U.S., which is the highest number ever recorded
Maybe people
in
are
the
just fucking
history
more.
of the U.S. and the CDC.
Doesn't this just coincide exactly with the creation of Tinder, actually?
I don't want to blame Tinder for people washing condoms and hanging.
No,
out
I'm not. No, I'm saying I don't think.
I've never used
I don't think
Tinder.
this. No, I'm saying I don't think the spike in sexually transmitted diseases have anything to do with people. I think it's way more of a graph to say probably because people are reusing condoms. I'm saying few enough people do that to where I can't imagine it spiking. I'm saying so many people started fucking more because Tinder really helped with that. That's probably the reason why now more cases, or maybe now the people are actually willing to go and get tested more often because it's not as much of an issue. So maybe the reason the number of cases have gone up because more people are actually getting tested. Could be a good number. Maybe the reason I have chlamydia is because I wanted to go get tested for chlamydia, and it's a good thing, Scott. Did you ever think about that? And then maybe when my chlamydia got gonorrhea, it's because that chlamydia wanted to get tested. You ever think about that, Scott?
Wow.
It's a good thing. My diseases are a good thing. Oh, it is really coming. Oh, it's almost like hail out there. It's almost like a hailstorm.
All right. I'm with you. I'm willing to take this ride.
Mother Nature has given us
extreme weather like the hard rain we're hearing.
Beautiful segues, yeah.
And beautiful segues. Well, we start with a story about hail. Almost never in the news. We've all experienced it. I was once swimming in a river in Wilmington, Vermont.
Yes.
Way down south, almost near the Massachusetts border. And it started hailing while swimming in that river, and literally we saw little like nickel to quarter size hail balls hit the water and like bob back up.
Yep.
And we had to get out really quick.
Oh, we've plenty of people have been like just walking what seems like a normal old storm, and suddenly there will be ice falling on your head. I'm not saying everybody. There are probably areas that don't get hail. I don't know. Every place gets storms that are hail capable in the United States, I'd imagine, right?
Hail capable.
Yes.
Hashtag hail capable.
Yep.
All right. So this was baseball size hail
He's
hit
not
Colorado this past
disabled?
week.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, go ahead. He's not disabled. He's hail. I was trying to think of that.
I see what you're going for. Okay.
Handicapped, handicapable. I don't know. I'll workshop it later. You were starting to talk about the actual story.
Oh my God, I'm gonna interrupt this so hard when I come up with it.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I don't want to leave pauses while we're trying to.
Colorado Springs had a hailstorm. It injured 14 people, killed 3 animals in a zoo, and damaged 400 cars. And when I say damage, it isn't like, oh, a little ding.
Oh, yeah, because it can damage practically any car.
Obliterated cars.
You mean like people had to get insurance claims and body
Oh,
work.
windshields, back windshields, side windows. It shattered dents all over the cars.
When you see like the
400 cars ruined.
sizable. So how did they say how large this hail was? This is actually
Baseball
one
size.
Did they really say that?
Yes, actually, I looked it up on.
Really?
I looked up on a meteorological website. There is literally a chart of 20 terminological terms.
Oh no, they choose
From
like the
quarter,
golf ball
nickel,
size. Yeah.
golf ball.
Yeah.
The term does not mean it looks like that. It is a scientific term that equates to a diameter.
Yes, it's a size. Yes, I mean which totally makes sense. I would
That's
assume
what
that. Yes, I would assume that. Yes.
I'm done. Done with this podcast. I
Why?
said it was a size. He said it was a size.
Exactly. That's why I was agreeing with you. I was saying yes. Of course, that makes sense because the baseball is a size.
If we're gonna keep agreeing with each other like this,
We need to stop. Nobody's gonna listen.
No, we need to be on the same page.
Literally,
We disagreed really hard and viciously.
we did.
We need to be on the same page.
First of all, I wasn't doing anything vicious. You just got angry that I agreed with you. I didn't know what that was all about. Is it because we usually disagree? We don't usually disagree.
Yeah, and I'm used to those instances.
So
this
you
is
just
the
got all
first
fired
time that
up.
we viciously agreed.
That's ends so many marriages when people just viciously agree with one another.
I know I did the dishes.
Yeah, well, you were right about that thing the other day.
I really like it when we watch Friends. I don't hate it at all.
You spend the right amount of money on shoes every month.
Your friend Angie's not cute at all.
Yeah, well, that's because you find me more attractive than her. Also, I like the fact that we flipped that, and it was the woman saying the man spent just enough money on shoes every month. Like, it wasn't sexist that I was implying that a woman spends money on shoes all the time.
I own multiple pairs of shoes.
I do too.
I burn through them fast.
Well, you should stop burning shoes, Scott.
No, through them. Not them. Through them.
Oh, so you don't burn them all the way. You just burn a hole through them.
It's a weird hot poker soul fetish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, they do have those.
Yeah.
I guarantee they've got. Somebody has a... Because foot fetishes exist, and so do like pain fetishes.
Oh, I just shove a hot poker through the
and
soles of
especially
shoes.
since like you can hear it
And I jerk
melting,
off
and you're
while
like,
doing
and you're
it.
wondering when it's gonna actually hit your skin. You're like, the anticipation
Oh no, there's
so
no foot
good.
in it. It's just
You just do it by yourself?
hold in the air by the tip.
Does your shoe have a safety word?
No, it can't talk. It crackles and it burns.
Really? It can't talk? Well, most shoes have tongues. Oh!
To be fair, when the To be fair, that's wrong.
Yeah, no,
I was
I've
gonna
got to
say,
leave
to be
the
fair,
show.
when the
I'm
smoke
embarrassed.
detector goes off, that's the safe word.
Okay.
It's what's more about mwah, 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 or what would you hear when my alarm system in my house went off the other morning?
It was like.
Yeah. My home alarm went off while Jer was sleeping over the other night, and we still haven't figured out why.
Yeah, strange. You still got everything. Yeah, yeah, that's right. But your stuff didn't come out missing and nothing.
It's weird because I don't even know how to trigger it accidentally. You know what I mean?
And also to turn it off, you.
Can we just bleep this?
Yeah, I can't believe at 42 Evergreen Terrace they were blah blah blah. Yeah.
Luckily, you might remember because at 44 minutes in, there probably should be a bleep.
Why? Because people know that your home
That's
alarms.
a literal. Yes, I don't want. If that's not bleeped, I will take this episode down.
Oh, if you want to break in. I'm just kidding. Here's the thing: is that you can change that. You can go home right now and. Guess what, folks? Won't work anymore.
You know how to.
Scott has 2 days to do this.
You know how to run Audible.
Audition?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We record directly in Audible.
Yeah. We recorded an audiobook and poured it to a podcast
You know how
format.
to use Audition. I'm going to have to learn how to use my keypad.
Yep, that's right.
Which I do know how to use to a small extent.
That's right. I'll bleep it so it sounds like I'm saying.
So yeah, 3 birds died, 14 people hurt.
Oh wait, it was
400
just
cars,
birds? You said zoo animals.
3 birds. I'm sorry, the story.
I mean, I know they might have been in a zoo, but when you say zoo animals, I'm assuming like silverback gorillas and like a rhino.
The story
A rhino
literally
wouldn't make
said
sense.
2 birds were killed, but then I found that there was a follow-up story where a 3rd bird died later.
Died
from
of sadness
injuries.
from the first 2 mom and dad birds dying.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called orphan sadness, and it happens
It's
all
the
the
first
time.
5 minutes of a new Pixar movie called Down.
Up was sad as fuck. Down's gotta be.
Oh yeah, it's
downright.
the same as Up, but like it's a
If-
hailstorm that kills the mom and dad bird and leaves the baby injured until he dies.
Yep.
And then 5 minutes
Slowly.
after the 5 minutes end, it's credits.
That's right.
That's the short you watch before happy-go-lucky clown who never has a sad moment. We're not kidding. This movie's actually super upbeat. Nothing bad ever happened.
Yeah, but remember that dead bird?
Yeah.
From a few minutes ago? Boy, what
There
a
is
downer.
an intermission because the happy, sad clown movie is 3 hours long. So
Yeah,
an hour and a half through, it's just a black and white still with the birth and death date of the hail bird.
Like in memoriam?
Yeah.
Hello,
They play gospel music and hymns.
La, 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 la.
The theater also locks the doors
Yeah.
mandatorily by Disney.
Yep. Yeah, Disney can get away with some
Keep them
shit.
in
Yeah.
there. We're
Yeah.
Disney. We own everything.
We literally own everything. We snuck up on people because they think that we're such a cute company, but we're actually the biggest fucking behemoth in the world right now, and we actually pretty much have a monopoly on all content now, and that's true.
Sounds about right.
And they let right-wing conspiracy theorists run their company.
Outside of the fact that this hailstorm hit
Yes.
in Colorado, which is tragic. I mean, 400 cars destroyed. That's amazing. That's horrifying.
That is horrifying. Those 3, first of all, not zoo animals, birds.
Birds. But what I did
Were they
is
like were they majestic?
I took the time to make a list
Okay.
of animals that have been reported in the news that have not died of hail because they're good at hail.
Can I? Okay, good. I was gonna say I loved the way you phrased it. I didn't want that to get lost.
Oh, animals good at hail?
Animals good at hail. Animals that suck at hail. Which I laughed when I just read those lines, so I didn't want those to get lost. So,
Yeah, thank you.
hey, they're very good.
And this I need
There
to
we
back-
are, viciously agreeing again. Oh, you're so good at word stuff sometimes,
I'm
Scott.
gonna flip this table that you perfectly assembled. We could do that as a Patreon. Just have a weird good fight.
like a
Happy fight.
A happy fight, yeah.
So the idea here is that there's certain birds, and I'll start with geese. Geese don't usually get killed by hail, and this was noticed by not only just regular Joe Schmoes in the street, but also by animal researchers, where they saw them during hailstorms, all pointing their heads directly into the hailstorm at the exact same angle.
So just their heads, or like their whole
neck and body,
Yep,
like
yep.
making an
Okay.
arrow out of their body.
Yep, makes sense. That's pretty smart.
The idea here is that the hail will shoot at them, and they have created the smallest surface area to be hit. And if their bill, which is the thing first and foremost to be hit,
Which is also
has a very tiny center point and then deflection areas, which are all hard. So,
it essentially will slide off their bill, or right, and
like hail off a duck's bill or geese's bill, like
Yes.
like hail off a geese's bill.
geese have bills. Yes.
Gotta use that as a phrase. Now you waxed your car. That looks really pretty.
Yeah, like
hail off a geese's bill.
Oh, can't believe it. My dad just died. Yep, like hell on a geese's bill. I don't know why he talks like a bad Matthew McConaughey impersonation, but that's how that Goose Man talks.
Now
They call him a Goose Man.
Oh, Goose Man.
Yeah, like hell on a goose's bill.
All right. Deflect.
Matthew McConaughey is Goose Man.
You know what I like about these hail balls?
What's that?
The older I get, the more they just keep deflecting.
That's right.
It's less randy than the original line.
Yeah, the original one was downright pervy.
So I got animals that are good at hail. Seagulls.
Yep, that makes sense.
Robins.
That's actually surprising. They're little, but
turkey vultures, which is
those things I feel are good at a lot of things.
well, which is kind of funny because if you harken back to the original story, there were two species of birds that got killed. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, so they were.
misspeak.
Oh, so it was interspecial.
Two of one
okay.
species, one of another, and one of the species that got hit and died, and I am dragging this out by talking longer because I'm trying to find the exact name within a very long story.
Because if you don't provide it now, you have definitely wasted everybody's time. Because now people are on the edge of their seat going, what was it? Is it a turkey vulture? Is that why he was talking about it like this? Because he was thinking it was a turkey vulture, and he just said that they're good at hail, and now there's proof that they're not? Is that it, Scott? Oh, I have to stall now because of your fuck up? Cool. Turkey vultures.
I read a lot of links last night about animals dying from hail. It is not in that story. I am confident now.
Okay.
But it is a different species of vulture. It was like a mime vulture. like when the hail came down, it tried making a fake wall in front of itself.
It's just like pushing the box. Like,
Yep.
dude.
Oh, mime vulture, dead again from something that could have been prevented by not miming.
You know, miming kills more things on this planet than anything else,
We
including
need more
hail.
mime creatures.
Yeah, okay. Mime vultures.
Things that have easy outs, but the miming gets in the way. Do you have a direct reference point to Empty Promises?
No.
Because I'm going to read a list, which gives you plenty of time to write it. If
Oh, yes, I can do that. Yeah,
Awesome.
I actually don't need the rest of the show anyway. So
Okay. All right, so we did animals good at hail, gulls, robins, and turkey vultures. Now, animals that suck at hail came from me spending about an hour and a half on my couch, Google holding, hard as hell, things that die in hailstorms. And I had to get really specific at points by saying U.S., by certain year, by certain month, to really narrow it down. What I ended up with was a list that I'm happy with. All right, here we go. Jer?
yes,
Humans.
okay.
Spanish sheep.
Just the Spanish ones.
It happened in Spain.
Okay, you're assuming that American sheep might be fine.
They
Australian
might
sheep,
deflect
good.
just
Yeah,
geese.
but these fucking Spanish sheep are just like, let's go out in the nice little rain.
Baby deer.
Okay, well, I mean, baby, you can't expect much from baby deer.
Blackbirds.
Just all blackbirds.
Happen.
Jesus.
Pheasant cocks.
Is that like a male pheasant?
Sure.
Okay.
8 species of freshwater fish.
Just 8.
Once in a pond.
And I like the fact that it's not even a specific one.
There were 8
it's random. It's 8 random ones every
8
year.
species in a seeded pond. A hailstorm took them all out.
Okay. So in other words, all fish in that area, but just happen to
Mainly
be 8.
all pond fish, I would say.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I guess they. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. I wonder, did it like cool? I wonder cool the no. They fish like cool stuff. I don't know.
9,000 red-necked phalaropes.
I read that as redneck philanthropist the first time. I'm like, how did this not get on the news? This is like a genocide of redneck philanthropists.
This was actually in a canyon where
I want to give money to the kids, the little kids.
This is interesting because this was in a canyon where researchers were studying this bird that flocks in the tens of thousands. And
So
they
like the
fly,
starlings and whatnot?
they fly in what look like clouds and storms. And a hailstorm hit, and these researchers were underneath a rocky crevasse, like under where the hail wouldn't hit them. And they watched as this swarm of birds saw the hailstorm coming, tried to get away, and 9,000 of these birds died in front of these researchers at once.
Score. It's like filling bags with dead birds.
This story would make most school shooters feel like shit.
Yeah, that's what'll make school shooters feel like shit, Scott. Dead birds, because they're not gonna be. They clearly have normal consciences. There we go. Words.
Next one, solar panels.
Yep, not animals, but good.
All right, 300 Spanish flamingos.
Yep. Okay. So not as many as the redneck little birdies, but much larger though.
And then I followed with all other animals that could be pulled from a forced Google hole, because if you really dig deep enough, you will find things. I got specific enough to be like, death by hail, alligator, elephant. You know, I actually, Vermont. Like, I went through and was like...
Hey, we do good research for the show, right? I mean... It might sound crazy to you all listening out there, like, who spends their time doing that? They must be some kind of fucking loser. But guess what? We do, because we want to bring you good content.
You know what I learned? That you now know that you can go to any dinner party tonight and tip your little glass of rosé towards your husband's cuck.
Yep.
You can be like, alligators, you know what? Hail-proof.
Hail-proof, man. Hail's tried to get them time and time again.
All right, now we also found
never been a recorded death.
One last bit of hail knowledge is we've all heard of Tornado Alley. There is fucking Hail Alley.
Hail Alley sounds cool.
If you live between Texas and the Dakotas and you enjoy the month of June, you probably love hail.
Or you have seen this.
And actually, the Colorado Springs story is what sprung this to mind.
Accidental wordplay.
Sorry about the dead air there for a moment. When a podcaster pats himself on the back, it's not always audible with the mic, thus leaving you with a moment of dead air.
That was definitely an oh shit, I just made that. Cool.
I should have been more wherewithal and like owned it, but no.
Yeah, no, I like it when that happens sometimes. Yeah.
But yeah, mainly in June, Hail Alley happens between June, Texas, the Dakotas, and sometimes upwards of Wisconsin. Just hailstorms happen all the time in June, which is what the Colorado story made important, was that this is freakish new and severe.
Cool. That's interesting.
So, we need to go out?
Yes, we and actually I wanted to just give a shout out to friend of the show. Also, it's pretty close to our friendversary. I noticed I logged into Fiverr the other day.
Dick Clark.
And Dick Clark, is he still alive?
He's still shaking.
Is he? Well, it's a Parkinson's. It's not a good joke, Scott.
Shout out to...
No, okay. For real, it's the friendversary of us and Kyle Brock coming up in September. It was somewhere around September 3 years ago now, where we actually reached out to him to make something for us, and he hasn't stopped making stuff, because a while ago we went out on one of his mid-wave songs, Thinking Out Loud, and there's a music video out there as well. You should check it out. It's awesome stuff. We're gonna play that song going out. The reason I'm mentioning it is because congrats to Kyle. He submitted something to this music contest.
Battle of the Band.
Essentially, it's like a best band kind of thing or whatever, and was not expecting to, he was like, it'll be cute, and then he became a finalist, or a finalist maybe. Anyway, he's crunch time trying to put together a show to actually get this thing working, now that he's realized that people actually love this shit, and I don't blame them, because this song is awesome.
We love his music,
and
we don't understand why every artist is self-deprecating, myself and yourself included. We don't understand it. You will look at your own art, and so will I. Be like, meh.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, it's not that it's so self-deprecating. It's where you place yourself in the expectations, and I totally would not be surprised for this.
Right now, and that's better than any painting I've ever seen in an art show in Montpelier. That's
literally a piece of shit, Scott. A pile of shit is on the floor there.
Your maid needs to get paid a lot less. You said she was just in here.
She put that there. Yes.
Oh, well,
to be fair, she called it art.
Jeremiah's maid is the best artist in Montpelier.
Yes, she is.
You now own an original.
That would be artistic. So, yeah, we are going to go out on Midwaves Thinking Out Loud, but we also wanted to mention we got a special episode next week with hopefully a special interview.
I think we've nailed this down. We have an interview with Microsoft's AI Zoe.
If we get turned down for this, then I don't know.
Huh, we're about to find out.
Yeah,
Tune in next week.
I bet you the first question we can ask is, how do you pronounce your name?
Tune in next week as we interview the first AI ever to be on the show, Microsoft Zoe. So in the meantime, hit Patreon up.
Yeah.
Hit YouTube up, Twitter, Facebook. If you don't know how to find us using Lost at Home as keywords, Get lost.
Get lost.